2014 to 2019 Chevy Silverado, GMC Sierra, Chevy Tahoe Suburban, GMC Yukon, AC Condenser replacement. The condenser is located in front, behind the radiator, over here in the front of the engine. So to access it, we need to remove this trim piece here. It is held by about 10 push pins. Let's remove them. Quick disclaimer, before you do that job, make sure, if you're a DIY type of guy doing this job in your driveway, make sure before you remove the AC condenser that you have your AC recovered, because you can't have it when you open the system go to the atmosphere. Okay, let's remove it. I already did that on that car, so it's not a problem. I recovered what was in it. You have a lot of them all around, so let me take this one off now. We have all of them off, so you can just pick it up like this. Now let's remove those 10mm right here so we can take the air box out. Alright, let's unplug the master flow sensor. There it is, just like that. And pull the air box just like this. This one looks like it's already loose, but yep. By the way guys, before you do this, so you need to remove your air tube right here. It is held by two 8mm, one at the throttle body, one at the air box over here, and remove your PCV tube right here. Right, there's one on each side on the back of it. You push the top down like this and you pull it out. Now let's start by removing the transmission cooler line. There is one over here and one on the other side. Alright, let's pop that black pink piece off so you can remove the C-clip. So here is the transmission line. To remove it, there is a C-clip over here. You need to remove this thing here that's sticking up. Let's remove it. Make sure you save it, because sometimes the new condenser don't come with it, so you need to save those C-clips. You use a pick like this. You're gonna put it in between it like this, and you pick it up. Yep, it's coming out. That's C-clip number one. Right, let's save it. Use the other side. Now let's pop that black piece off like that, and I'm gonna use my pick to get in between the C-clip so I can remove it, and I'll use my magnet on the other side to retrieve it when I'm done. Need to be patient when doing this. There you go. Just like that. Let's save it. Now let's loosen the bolt that hold the fan, the radiator, and the condenser as an assembly. It is a 30mm over here. Let's remove it, and there is one on the other side too. There are some people like to remove the fan assembly off to do this, but I've never had to do that. I usually just loosen the whole assembly, and I have enough room to remove the condenser out, to take it out. So now let's remove the transmission lines. I took the C-clip off, so let's just try to pop them off of the condenser. I didn't show the whole procedure to do this, but I need 2 hands to do it. So you need to hold the assembly like this and wiggle the transmission line out. Okay, it is out like right now. You just wiggle it out. It can be stuck in there sometime because of the age of the vehicle. So just be patient with it. Don't go too hard. We'll be doing the same thing on that side. We're going to wiggle that one out. Maybe that one's a lot easier than the other side. So, and by the way, you will lose some transmission fluid when you do that. Okay. Let's try that. I took it out. As you can see, some transmission fluid is leaking. Not much, just a little bit. So now let's remove the AC line that goes to the condenser. It is held by a 13mm nut. It's down there near the radiator hose right here. It's right down there. Let's take it off. It's off right now, so let's wiggle it out just like this. Remember to get new seal for those lines. They usually come with it, but some aftermarket company won't send them with. You'll have to buy it separate. So it's out right now. Okay, now we will be removing this 10mm that hold the AC line bracket. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's down there. See 10mm. Let's remove it. It faces that way. Here's the 10mm I'm talking about. It is down here where I'm flashing my light right now. Let's remove it. And by the way, remove that bracket from the AC condenser when you're done. So when you get it loose. So right now, all we have to do is remove the condenser. It's pretty much loose, as you guys can see. It's just floating. Let's just remove it. First, you need to remove this cover here too, by the way. Just take that cover off. Erase the cover. What you do, you put pressure here to pop it off from the condenser. This clip too. On both sides, by the way. You do it one by one so you can pop it off the condenser. You pull it from that side here. Okay. There is one more thing we need to do. We need to disengage that tab here that holds the condenser in place. And disengage it. You can use a screwdriver. You just push against the top part right here. You push it down. While you're doing it, you pulling the condenser out of the channel at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to do the other side right now. Same thing on that side. You put the screwdriver or a suitable tool for that, and while you do that, you pull the condenser out. There you go, just like that. Okay. And it's ready to come out. The condenser is halfway out. The condenser's hole is held to the radiator assembly by 4 parts. This goes to a channel. There is a tab that holds it in place here. I forgot to mention it prior when I was taking it off. And there is one on the other side too. You need to disengage the 2 top ones and pull it out and clear the AC hose from the air box here, right, and the radiator, and wiggle it out. And you need to remove those plastic pieces because it doesn't come with a new one, by the way. That's where it leaks. If you own those trucks or Chevy SUV, sooner or later you'll be doing it. It is a very common problem. I've replaced a lot of them. We still in the spring. It's not even summer yet. I'm already started replacing them. Usually on summertime, replacing a lot. Last year alone, I think I replaced like 8 or 10 of them. It's very common problem. And there is an updated one that GM came out. That's the old style. The new one, you have a aluminum foil type thing around it that tells you that's the updated part. Okay, so let's put the new one in. First, before you put the new one in, take that trim, those plastic pieces out on both sides. Here's the new one, guys. That's the new one. And the old one, we're going to put the plastic piece here. Here's the part number for the new condenser. Okay, and it comes with the stud that you have to put in the new one. And lucky for, I don't think, yeah, you have to get the O-ring for the AC lines, the high pressure and the low side separate. That's the part number here with 135, and that's for the other one, 1357969. There you go. Just put the new stud in. Sometimes they come with the stud installed, but GM sent it that way, so just like that. By the way, guys, the new condenser comes with the C-clip, so I don't know if aftermarket do that, but GM sent it with the new clip, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. All you have to do is just pop the line in on both sides. So when you put the new condenser in, make sure it line up with that notch over there, right? That little ears thing that look over there where I'm heading my flashlight on. There is one on each side, same thing on the other side. Make sure it clip there. That's what holds the condenser in place so it doesn't bounce around in front of the car. Okay? And make sure you clear the line from that bracket here. So let's do this. As you guys can see, I already dropped the condenser in. When you put it on, make sure you put the passenger side in first, because of the line and the stud in the way. You put that one in first. You have it past that bracket here, and you go down, and you go on the other side. You don't have anything to clean on the other side. You just put it down. That's all. As you guys can see, I got all 4 ears clicked on the assembly. That's this one here. So it is tight right now. It's not going anywhere. So let's put the cover on. No, before we put the cover on, let's put the AC lines on first at the bottom, and replace the O-rings. I'll show you in a second. So to replace the O-rings, you just pick them up like that, right? That's the old one. Let's take the dirt and debris off of it, right? And you put the small one first. There's the small and the big one. The small one is the high pressure side. Here it is. We're gonna do the other one. Take the old one out. Pretty easy. That's the old O-ring. Clean up with a rag. Take the dirt off of it. And you put the new O-ring in. Just like that. When you put it on, make sure you put the small line in first, like I just did. I don't know if you guys can see it. I got the small line in, and I'll put the second one in. Just like that. You put the small line in first, and you have the big line go over it, so you can bolt it in place. Okay? I just put the AC line bracket on. It's a 10mm. It's bolted to the assembly right now. So right now, let's put the cover, the top cover of the cooling system. The cover is on right now. As you guys can see, it's clipped. It's clipped on both sides, just like that. One on each side. That one is clipped too. And it's ready to be bolted to the body right now. Before you bolt it, make sure you put your transmission line in. You just push it in, and it should be held by the C-clip. So condenser is in, the line is in, both sides, right? You wiggle them in just like you take them out. It will fight you a little bit, but because the C clip is new, so you wiggle it in, and I put the cover back on. Everything is bolted in, so we're about to fill up the AC system with refrigerant. We're about to fill the AC system right now. That's the machine that you would need before you recover, before you start working on the AC system, to start recovering the refrigerant that's in there, because it is not good to let it go on the environment. So that's why I recommend you take it to a shop and have them do it, because I don't expect a regular guy at home have that machine. It's a $5,000 machine. I don't expect it since I'm in the shop, so we have that machine. Let's go automatic. I'll say yes, just in case. It's a new system, so that it doesn't have anything. Vacuum, yes. I'll let it vacuum for 10 minutes. Check for leaks. Charge, yes. No. The system holds 0.6 0.006 kilogram. It will charge it on the high side. Okay. Vacuum leak test. Yes, there you go. Let it do its thing. That's all for today, guys. Everything is in. All I gotta do is just recharge it. For that part, for the DIY, I would think that this truck will go to a shop so you can fill it with refrigerant. And that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. I'll let the machine do its thing.